I love my voice. Um, it's okay, I don't mind sounding conceited. It's really true, and it's true for a very good reason. I have had time to contemplate what it means to me. 3 years ago, 2012, I got one of those sore throats that you get. You just, love talking, talk to your friends, go out at night, come back next morning, feel a little bad, it'll clear up, it'll be okay. But for me, it didn't happen like that. It kind of kept coming back, and sooner than I was expecting, the pain would be worse the next time, and I'd think, oh, it's fine, I'm just gonna go to work, and it'll clear up by the end of the day, I'll sleep tonight, I won't go out, end up talking to friends. It was a whole summer of just worse and worse and worse. And at the end of it, I was in constant pain, emanating from my throat out into my head. It was in my jaw. It was in my chest sometimes, just this horrible, never-ending collar that I was living with. And I went to see an ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor, who swiftly told me that I was a vocal abuser. Yeah. I can't see my face when I say that, but I imagine it's brimming with contempt. Because effectively he was telling me that it was my fault and that I was talking worse or differently or more than other people. And I'm a talker, I love it. This is a good situation for me. You all listening and me just getting to I could go. But I'm gonna hold it to 10 minutes because Laura Louise has been really nice about letting me be up here. So anyway, he said, you're a vocal abuser and this is a tough injury. You've just kind of hurt yourself and it's going to take a while to heal. We can recommend you a speech-language pathologist. She's going to give you a call after my recommendation, and sit tight till then. Can't really say how long it's going to be. It's kind of a strange individual thing. So this freaked me out. I was like, I can't just sit tight. It hurts so bad. I was sitting there crying and telling him that I couldn't live my life anymore. And he was like, you're going to be fine. I just, I hope you don't have to talk too much throughout the day. And I was a server at the time, and I was just, spending my time with friends and volunteering, and talking was such a huge part of my life. It hadn't occurred to me that I could just not do it until that point, but I realized, had one of those moments where you're like, if you love something, let it go. And it will come back to you when the time is right. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let this go. I don't need my voice right now because I need it in the long term. I really like it. I want it to come back. So I quit my job. I transferred all of my communication to text messaging or writing on pads of paper. People had lots of wonderful suggestions use a chalkboard and carry a whiteboard with you, and those were weirdly cumbersome items and just made me more of a freak show than anything else. So I thought, I'll do this for a couple weeks, and it'll be such a drastic treatment. I'm taking myself so seriously. It's gonna get better, and I'm gonna be fine. This is the fall when it really set in, so I was expecting, by the new year at the latest. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. But yeah, I'll be better. And it took the speech-language pathologist 2 months to contact me, during which time I had stopped talking and had to go on welfare so that I would have some way to live, and that's a whole other ordeal that I won't tell you about. But I was also just sort of left to fend for myself. And it's fascinating, my first instinct was just to keep talking to people, but without my voice. And I'll just show you what that looks like so you get a feel for it. But so what I said, in case you can't read lips, was basically I would just do this and hope that people would understand me. And you can see I've learned to be very gestural, and I use my face a lot when I'm talking now because I'm really just exercising every little way that we can communicate without our voices. And you learn pretty quick from people. I don't want to say the type of person that they are, but there are definitely types of reactions to that kind of thing. Some people would just immediately get very quiet themselves. Actually, most people do. If I'm not talking, they're like, oh, okay, I understand. This is what we're doing now. Totally get it. Don't worry about it. It's just I can hear you. I can absolutely hear you. I'm not deaf. And then others are just, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. Let me just I'll see you later. It's cool, which is, understandable. It's a weird thing, but it's also kind of awful to have someone say like, oh, I can't talk to you the way I'm used to. I guess we can't really talk to each other. I have nothing to say to you, or you have nothing to say to me. Like, I'm still a whole human being over here. I just am a little different, and yeah, I'm trying to be okay with that. So sometimes those reactions are painful. And then there are wonderful other people who just understand, oh, this is a challenge. I have to focus on you. I'm here for you. This is hard for you. Like, tell me what you have to say. And for those people, I am forever grateful and forever emulating, trying to just be that kind of person in the world who can accept whatever difference comes up and not first see how it affects me, but look a little closer at how it affects the person who's actually presenting it to me. So I spent several months that way. It ended up being 3 months of silence for all but 15 minutes a day, because I didn't want my vocal cords to atrophy, which is a thing that could happen. And then I finally got that call, speech-language pathologist, started working on it, built up my time. I could speak half an hour a day. By the spring, I was up to sort of 45 minutes to an hour, and then the pain would come back, and I would have to say, okay, I'll take a break. I'll go off on my own for a while. Had to get used to that, spending a lot more time alone. And basically, that's kind of where my healing stopped. So even as I'm up here now, I said before, it's sort of a dream scenario. I'm amplified, and this is wonderful, because I don't have to project whatsoever for you guys to hear me. But even earlier in this room, like, there was music playing, everyone's talking. When you're the only silent person in the room, no one else notices you, but you stick out to like a sore thumb to yourself. And like the voices of other people become these really like robust physical things. They're really like, your voice is really the way that your body is in the world outside of these boundaries. Like me, who I am, anyone who knows me or loves me or has talked to me for more than 5 minutes could hear my voice without my body being in the room and know that I'm there. And when I breathe in, as I have to live every day, using my exhale, using that same breath that I just took from the air, and then applying myself to it, I just feel so much more connected to everyone. I just connected to a couple of people sitting behind me at the break just now, and it's so easy when you can say, hey, how are you? Or she said, hey, I'm tucking the tag into your shirt because it was sticking out there. It's so easy. It's so nice. So I'd really like it for all of you to consider your voices and what they mean for you, for the people you love, and also just how that feels in your body. You'd be surprised, it's very magical. So thank you for listening.